87, 60 hours, 365 days, and yet another year that has gone by. Good morning, one and all. Allow me to welcome you to the last assembly for the academic session 2018-19. May I please invite Suryansh for the opening shloka, followed by Pandey sir and Vidyati sir for the school prayers.
Supravatam, please repeat. Om Vakratund Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvighna Kuru Me Devo Sarvakayeshu Sarvada.
Good morning, everyone. Please join your hands, close your eyes and repeat. O Lord, our Heavenly Father, who has safely brought us to the beginning of this day, defend us in the same way with thy mighty power, and grant that this day will fall into no sins, neither run into any kind of danger. Thanks be to God.
Good morning, everyone. Please close your hands, close your eyes, and do not repeat. O Almighty God, and most merciful Father, who has taught us to praise Thee as Thou deservest, to give and not count the cost, to fight and not heed the wounds, to toil and not seek for rest, to labor and not ask for any reward, save us of knowing as we do Thy will.
That is essential to being a Jaipurian. It's knowing all the prayers and the songs that we've sung in the assembly for the past 12 to 14 years. So here to refresh your memory about them is the school choir.
This is the province of God. There shall be season to passion, sent from the Savior above. Shine
medley actually reminded me of the time when I was small, a child of perhaps class 5th or 6th, standing right there and listening to the beautiful medley of songs. And for as long as I can remember, I've always had someone I could look forward to. I drew my inspiration from Promini Ma'am. So may I please request Promini Ma'am to talk about the year that has been.
Good morning everyone, and thank you so much Kushag. I didn't know you drew your inspiration from me. Children, it's the last assembly and I'm sure all of you are waiting for your report card. Some of you, well, that murmur tells me some of you are not waiting for it. Nonetheless, those of you who are happy that they've achieved their aspiration must be anxious about it, and there are some who feel they have not been able to achieve what they wish to achieve. You've already seen your papers, so you know what your result is. So all those who've achieved their aspiration and whatever they had thought for themselves in the beginning of the year, well, congratulations. But don't stay there. Force the school to create an A++ grade. You should have so much power and so much excellence in yourself that you change the course of people who decide. Force us that we have another grade A++ for above 95 percenters. That is possible only if we have children in that bracket. And then also look at each and every thing in your report card. Every little remark, every little grade should be important for you. It is meaningful. So if you've got a B+ in physical education, don't say, oh, it's okay, it doesn't matter. If it has been put there, it matters. Because that's about the exercises that you've done. And if the school has put that category, it is because the school wants you to be physically able, to be physically strong. So ask yourself, why is this B there? Whereas in academics, I have this A++ or A+ or A or B+. Or thank God, I have got enough marks and I don't get a scolding from my parents. Because understand, if you are physically not fit, you will not be able to achieve much. You will have to fight with yourself even more. And similarly, if your grades are not that good in music or in art, in craft, there is learning everywhere. Question yourself. And for those who are not happy with themselves because they have not performed very well according to themselves, don't bother about coming up to your parents or your teachers' expectation. Ask yourself, have you come up to your expectation? The feeling that I'll get a scolding, the feeling that I'll let my parent down, my teacher down, well, if it is that there, it's fine. But don't let yourself down by being a mediocre, by not achieving enough. So again, question yourself, where have things gone wrong? And why is it that I did not get the desired result? Am I to be blamed? Or am I blaming the circumstances? So if you're blaming the circumstances, then also somewhere you have to shoulder the blame for that yourself, because things will not always be in your favor. You have to turn them in your favor. So look at the report card, a hard look, introspect, and take that feeling out. Thank God, I'm saved. Nobody in my family has said anything to me. That is not the objective. You have to ask yourself, what is the objective of this report card? For me, that matters more than anything else. Now children, for this morning, I am thankful to all the teachers who are sitting here, to all the HMs, all the ACs, the entire support staff, the IT department, the person who's taking the video, and all those who spread mats in the morning. We decided this very late in the night when we did not have the support staff. And at that time, the admin staff here and I did not have the energy to spread the mats ourselves. So we have to be thankful to them. And you see, the ones who had to sit on the floor took some time to decide that. So you can understand how much we owe to this support staff in this school. In the coming year, let some suggestions come from the children to do something for the support staff. Let the teachers not ask you to do that. That thankfulness should come from within. So the coming year, let us be more thankful to each other, to those teachers You are always thankful with whom you've been very, very close, who've given a patient hearing. But you have to be thankful to even those who have not been so patient. For one, they've taught you that when you grow, you have to be more patient. And two, ask yourself, why were they impatient? Perhaps I was doing something too frequently which I should not have done. Be thankful for everything that is around you. Specifically to my outgoing children, I have to say this: your life will be very, very comfortable, class 12s, if you find out ways to thank people. You will never, never be unhappy in your life if you find things for which you need to pay gratitude, not only in your heart, but also learn to express that. Thank you so much. Keep working hard. Thanks to everyone once again for the beautiful year.
In a location as dynamic and catalyzing as this school is, it isn't surprising that an entire year changes a person entirely. So here to elaborate on that is Khushi Mishra of class 8.
Good morning, Principal Ma'am, Vidyarthi Sir, Vinay Pandey Sir, Neha Ma'am, teachers and my friends. I, Khushi Mishra, would like to share my experience about class 8. Throughout the academic year 2018 and 19, class 8 has been full of experiences. Class 8 gave me various opportunities to develop not only my scholastic skills but also the art and sports side. This year, we all made a personal transformation presentation through which we tried to enhance our skills in various fields. Class 8 is the senior most class in middle school. Thus, by being a student of this class, we tried to set an example for our juniors by being responsible. Although middle school cannot be really compared to senior school, but it still gives me a feel of what it might be. This class also taught me that everyone is not who they claim themselves to be. Class 8 has been a crazy ride for me, from happy moments to sad ones, and from having so much work that your fingers burn. Besides being excited, I'm a little frightened of entering the senior school, where from the senior most, we'll be the junior ones. Thank you.
It is not common knowledge that our Vice Principal, Vidyarthi Sir, is one of the last people to leave the school. But here's one thing I admire the most about Sir. Whenever you go to his room, you'll always be welcomed with a very humble smile and his beautiful stories to tell. So may I please invite Vidyarthi Sir to share a few words with us.
A very good morning to all, one and all here. Dear teachers and students, we are gathered here to celebrate and bid farewell to the academic year 2018-19. I'll wholeheartedly give my thanks to all our students for all the laurels and achievements of this session and congratulate everyone for the milestones and landmark achieved by our sterling students for themselves and for the school. 2018-19 has been a year with many changes which you all have witnessed. It has been an exciting time regarding the infrastructure and the new teaching strategies in school. Progress thrives on change and diversity. I want you all to stay open-minded and positive. Some students who have not fared well in their exams should not lose hope at all. You should identify your strengths and be positive towards it. Your effort, your hard work will certainly be rewarded. Your sincere effort and hard work is all that matters. No one is perfect. We should strive for progress and not for perfection. Believe in yourself and work hard to achieve success. Value yourself. Do not degrade yourself because of temporary reasons. Outgoing class 12 students, with the grace of God, have completed their academic session and are going to step out into new challenging world. Congratulations to all of you and best of luck for your future. Dear students, follow your passions, continue to be leaders, stay motivated, be thinkers and be good communicators. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking for it. These words by remarkable man Steve Jobs find hope and motivation for all those who are struggling today. The famous director Steven Spielberg was denied admission thrice at a college because he had a C grade. That though did not deter him from trying again and finally getting admission at the California State University. Today he has won 3 Oscars and is known to us as the man we do. Imagine if he had lost hope and given up on struggle or determination to do something in life. The world would have been devoid of amazing science and fiction movies that he has brought to us. There are endless stories of people who have made it big in their lives just by sheer hard work, perseverance, and their will to make something out of their lives. There are endless people who have risen immensely in the due course of their lives just because they had the will to struggle. J.K. Rowling went from seeking aid from the government for her poverty to being the 12th richest woman today in UK simply because she chose to do so. It's our life, it's our story. What matters is how we choose to write it. We all have the power within us, the magic to change ourselves and our lives. It has to be you who will make all the difference. To quote John Maxwell, successful and unsuccessful people do not vary greatly in their ambition. They vary in their desires to reach this potential. So students, dream, believe, achieve, and the world is yours to conquer. All the best in your life.
Class 12 students, is there anyone who's found a way in any foreign university or who has cleared any competitive exam? Class 12 children who are sitting here. Is there any one of you in that bracket right now? If you are too humble to stand up, then your friends can make you stand. Is there anyone? Speak. No? Okay, so Vidyarthi sir just now spoke about California University. So we have one star in the school who's got admission in California Institute of Technology. Arushi Somani, kindly come forward.
High school is a pretty intense time for all of us, and especially entering high school because it's a completely changed world from middle school. Here to elaborate on that is Sanya Bhargav of class 9.
Good morning, Principal Ma'am, Vidyarthi Sir, Vinay Pandey Sir, Neha Ma'am, teachers and dear friends. I, Sanya Bhargav, stand here today to share my experiences of class 9th. Class 9th has all been about growing up. The moment we enter class 9, everyone says, "Oh, you're in class 9, you seem to be grown up now." But I never imagined this phase to be so quick. The moment we entered class 9, there was a thrust of academic pressure on our shoulders. But as the year passed, we actually grew up. We realized that this academic pressure wasn't really a load. It was merely an eye-opener that life ahead isn't going to be that easy. And as many of my batchmates term it, class 9 has been the alarm clock for many of us. Class 9 brought in some great memories, whether it was the Spikmeke sessions or lectures from Minder, Teachers' Day love or Children's Day frivolity, Founders' Day practices, fate amongst relishment, or arranging the Saraswati Puja. How nice it felt for the first time ever to wake up early on a Sunday morning, dress up and come to the backfield. The laughter, the joy, the tears, the struggle, and the class 9 may be forgotten by many after today. But whenever we will ever look back to our happy school days in class 12th or afterwards, class 9 will be an experience unforgettable. Class 9 has laid the foundation for our first mission of life, that is class 10th. The first stepping stone of our lives where we shall, for the very first time, be exposed to what lies beyond our class boundaries, school boundaries, and city boundaries. As we are at the doorstep of class 10th, we shall try and give our best not only on the academic fronts, but also as a responsible teenager. We hope to be able to build ourselves into individuals that will make our parents, teachers, and school proud. Thank you, and I hope to meet you all standing beside me to face the first step of our worst nightmares, the first board exams. Thank you.
Have you ever considered doing something that seems impossible? Counting stars, perhaps. So, that's part of the Jaipurian spirit, isn't it? So here to bring that sentiment to the stage is the school choir.
One of the many things that Seth M.R. Jaipuria School is known for is the humongous student body that we have. If my maths serves right, we have a 182 membered council, and to manage such a huge body is not easy. But here we have someone who's done the job exceptionally well. So may I please invite the head boy of the school for the academic session 2018 to 19.
Good morning to one and all. As I stand over here, I feel it's an absolute honor for all of you to listen to me and to my knowledge and wisdom. Now, I found out 5 days ago that I had to deliver this speech, and I had decided I'll work hard on it, I'll divide my time, and I'll come up with something very thought-provoking and motivational. So today at 1 AM when I actually sat down to write it, I thought that it was a little too late for all of that. So like any good speech writer, I went online and I typed good speeches to give in school. The first result was obviously WikiHow. I went there, I noted down all the points, and I've applied there. I'm just kidding, this is too good for WikiHow. So talking about the position I held first, the badge, the white badge. Now, people don't realize, but it gives you immense power. Among other things, I did not have to stand in the canteen line. There are other privileges. You can help people, you can solve disputes, you can give these speeches. but saving 10 minutes in the 20 minute of canteen time is good. Obviously, when I broke the line, I had certain work, and I always included a teacher's name for more impact. Don't take tips, only 6 people can do that. Moving on, firstly, a big thank you to all the teachers that I've interacted with all these years and with whom I could not interact. A big thank you because when you are at this stage or later in life, you realize that the teachers always went one step further than what they needed to. And as we grow older, we become more knowledgeable and more mature, or we at least think that we become more knowledgeable and mature, and we become defiant. But you forgive all those things and your attitude still remains the same. The most helpful, kind teachers that I could have ever hoped for. So on behalf of everyone over here, a huge thank you from the bottom of all our hearts. Now to the wonderful juniors, I would like you to do 3 things in your school life. Nothing complicated, 3 simple things. The first, try to become better. Now, I mean in productive things. Now, it can be anything. I'm not talking about any specific academic field or co-curricular activities. But become better at one thing: dance, drama, music, making memes, anything. But at the end of the day, when you go to bed, just make sure every single day you were a little better than you were the previous day. Second, establish good relationships. The one thing that I've learned is that more than anything, what can change your life in school is the company that you keep and the kind of relationship that you share with them. I've had the privilege of meeting some of the most amazing people and becoming friends with them. Remember, there will always be things that you cannot share with anyone else except your own age group people, like bad haircuts, acne, watching TV series when you have an exam tomorrow. But you can always discuss it with your friend, and every single one of them will shape you in a way for better or for worse. The third thing. Now, as I stand over here, when I'm about to leave school, I am satisfied and I'm very happy with the journey that I've had. Trust me, you leave school sooner than you can expect, sooner than you can be ready for it. I remember I was standing, not sitting like you, but standing. I was in class 8th, and Aditya Vaklu Bhaiya was standing over here and giving a similar speech. And the next 4 years have went by, and now I am standing over here. It just feels a huge timeline, but when I look back, it went very quickly. And it changed me who I am fundamentally. Now, not only me, the school has changed it as well, if you noticed. The classrooms on the top floor are to die for. The colors and the state-of-the-art surveillance system, which can still not catch the person who bursts the cracker during Diwali. But they are all amazing. There have been a few bad things too. The sports have gone. For those of you who do not know, the sports were the places where we went to contemplate life, and where we went when we had something good in our tiffin and we did not want to share with anyone else, among other things. Well, all in all, Jaipuria has been a journey, and like any good journey, it teaches you about the destination. And what it teaches you about the destination is that you can make the destination whatever you want it to be. I'm not qualified to give you life advice. I just told you what worked for me in my school life. Someone who can give you the life advice is Ellen DeGeneres, and she said, find out who you are and be that person. That's what your soul was put on this earth to do. Find that, live that, and everything else will come. And if someone from the future does not come and stop you, how bad can things really go? On that note, a huge thank you and have a good day.
there is one person in this school that does not get enough credit. Because this person works behind the scenes at every single thing 24/7 without getting any of the acknowledgement. This person is a shoulder to lean on whenever anyone asks for it. But this person never makes it known. Today, please welcome with a round of applause the vice head girl of our school, Pragyanshi Tiwari.
That introduction made me emotional and getting the ground ready for my emotional speech. Day after tomorrow is my biology exam and I'm standing here right in front of you because of one realization. The realization that the 3.5 weeks of my coming months, each of my coming months, won't be spent in this building. And this is probably the last time I am standing at my school's podium. So I thought if the school has sheltered me for 10 entire years, I can at least try to give back in the form of a few minutes to those who are going to stay here after me. So to begin with, काफी attachment हो गया, पता नहीं चला. And I know each one of you will experience the exact same emotion when you find yourself at the juncture I am standing right now. If you are a very active and bright student, you are subconsciously attached to the numerous showers of praises and attentions that you get periodically, And if you are a very notorious student, you are subconsciously attached to the numerous threats of calling your home that you are showered upon periodically. Again, if you are one of those quiet children who sit and occupy one corner of a classroom, I believe you are subconsciously attached to your concealed efforts of reading what is scribbled on your desk and guessing the incognito personalities. All in all, this attachment will surface out eventually when you find yourself departing from the school. All I am implying is that try to collect more such chances and emotional attachments by being a part of the school more than what you presently are. Because an emotionally rich person has a higher spirit of endurance and thus a greater probability of leading a successful life ahead. And therefore, invest yourself emotionally in the school by being a part of it more than what you presently are. By being a part of it more than just your name in the school records. There are very few simple examples I have in mind for this. Maybe just switching off the lights, fans and ACs of an empty classroom. Maybe just smiling as a gesture of reverence to Aya Didis and Bhaiyas. Maybe just keeping a fallen flower pot upright on the road. So, all of this will ultimately attach you to the school emotionally and thus increase your attachment again and make you an emotionally rich person. Concluding, as the vice head girl for the session 2018-19, my most humble apologies to those who found it difficult to approach me. Thank you.
Before her speech, I was officially told to emphasize on the point that she has a biology exam a day after. So now we have a group discussion by the students of class 7th and 8th.
In the year gone by, we all brainstormed about the various problems that nag the mind of each one of us. And in the sessions we talked about the solutions to the problems. Today we are here to share some of the problems and their answers that we achieved in the sessions.
First, I would like to share my question and answer. I was a very temperamental person and I believe that most of us experience mood swings during this age of adolescence. Thus, my question was, how do I balance my feelings? First of all, I thought that realization towards the problem is the first step towards solving the problem. By realization towards the problem in this case, I mean that we should be observant towards our behavior. Secondly, the 5-minute meditation helped me in keeping my attention towards my work most of the time. Thirdly, we could avoid bitter feelings by thinking of happy memories. After all, our thoughts make and define us. We should also learn to be satisfied with what luxuries life has provided us with, because in this way we would be removing a very harmful feeling, that is jealousy. Lastly, I would like to say that success should not go to your mind and failure should not be left in your heart, as humility and perseverance are two paths that combine to form a road towards perfection.
My question was, how do we handle failures? And we came up with a pretty simple answer to this. Stop sulking about your failures. Forget about the exam that went bad or the friend that left you, because it was bound to happen. Everything happens for a reason. Like, there is always a reason why you might be basking in glory or failing in your attempts to succeed. It's all part of a cycle. So, we must learn to move on. Also, we should not pay too much attention to the past or worry about the future, as we only have control over the present. So, live it to the fullest.
Now I would like to share my question and the answer I found out. My question is it possible to be happy forever? Now I think yes. I tell you how. You are what you think you are. Your thoughts make and define you. If you think you are a happy person, you become happy. And if you let sad thoughts take over your mind, you tend to become a sad person. For example, if you think you can make the best presentation, then chances are that you will. However, if you are not prepared for the presentation and feel nervous, you might make a blunder. Here I learned that it all depends on my choice, how I want to maintain the state of my mind. Now, I embrace myself with positive thoughts and start and feel happy.
I used to have many things to do, like studying, eating, playing, etc., which I think we all have to do. My question was how to do these things perfectly, that is, without making any mistake. Now I would like to share the answer which I got in my group. The thought alone that I had too many things to do, that was enough to burden me. So here I learned that instead of becoming the doer, it's better to be an instrument which is made to do. So I began to offer everything to God before beginning with it, so that I lost the sense of doership feeling, instead the hand of Almighty in whatever I did. This is how I always begin my work, to be content about what I have done. To sum up, I would like to quote a few lines from the mother's writings. Lord, thou hast willed, I execute. A new light breaks upon the earth, a new world is born.
Many a times opportunities knock at our doorsteps, but we aren't able to answer them or grab them. It is due to our weak willpower. And therefore my question was, how can we improve our willpower? The answer that I got was that the weak willpower leads us to taking the comfortable, lazy and ignorant paths and steps, which leads us to losing a very important opportunity. The certain techniques or steps I learned from the group were: first, be conscious about the problem or the mistakes you are making, because if you are not conscious, you cannot ever deliberate upon them. It is done by observing your habits and decision making. Second step was listening to the elders, because they have the best interest for us in their mind. And if we listen to them, many a times they will tell us to perform certain actions that we may not like, but in the end we tend to thank them. The third step was that we should meditate, as it helps to clear our mind and to let us see the problem more clearly and deliberate upon them. And the fourth step was to make timetable and set some small goals to keep in check the progress of our strong willpower. And as everybody says, practice makes
makes a man perfect, and slowly and gradually my willpower grew.
Now we must tell you all the name of the group to which belong. We belong to the spiritual group, and we meet frequently and organize sessions under the able guidance and mentorship of our Honorable Anjali ma'am.
We would also like to extend our hearty gratitude towards our Honorable Anjali Jaipuria ma'am, who has provided us with her able guidance and knowledge. Thank you.
When one comes into class 11th, one is presented with, let's say, an array of opportunities. However, the most crucial part about class 11th is the way you balance all those extracurricular activities with all of your studies, because your studies have obviously increased from the previous grade. And when one steps into class 12th, from what he's learned in 11th is the way to balance these things. And to elaborate on the same, may I please invite Mini Tiwari of class 11th. Thank you.
Good morning, Principal Ma'am, Vidyarthi Sir, Pandey Sir, Neha Ma'am, all teachers and my dear friends. Entering the session with eyes brimming with hope and enthusiasm to learn noble ideas, and then leaving with so much of knowledge and bundles of memories is how I call my 11th grade has been. In the beginning, I personally had this misconception that 11th standard meant just dancing. Though we did get ample occasions to dance, and not just on stage but also in our classrooms and corridors, but it definitely did not end here. While most of us took it as a rest year, some did not even let the slightest of opportunity slip. They engaged themselves in all sorts of events, while the rest engaged themselves in all sorts of mischief. Though we all were divided by our streams, but we were united by mindless sessions in the gym auditorium. I loved that place. Most of the times we didn't even care about the reason for sitting there. I cannot forget mentioning the fact that we had an entire new floor designed for us. It's strikingly beautiful and it gives us a lot of positivity too. Thank you so much for this. The other big change we encountered this year was that in the syllabus. I don't know how, but it unexpectedly took the form of a monster, and this monster had to be dealt, in most cases, a night before an exam. The part without which we are and will always remain incomplete is that of our beloved teachers. We have not only gathered a lot of their blessings, but have also felt and understood the love behind their harsh words. Thank you so much for holding us together, for protecting us, for being our parents, for being our friends. We love you very much. One thing more, there's always an 11th class, not just in schools, but also in our lives. The phase in our life, the 11th class is in between a 10th and a 12th class. The phase in our lives where we have a set goal which requires our full focus and it involves our most diligent efforts is a 10th and a 12th standard for us. Then, in between them, we get a chance to cherish our achievements, pat our own shoulders, sit back and relax, and then gradually pick up pace, strengthen our efforts, sharpen our minds again, and be ready for a bigger forthcoming challenge. That is what I call an 11th class in life. So we should know which part of our life requires the best of us, while where can we just sit back and relax, and then from where do we have to start picking ourselves up and prepare for a bigger challenge. Right now, there is nothing I feel more sad about except the fact that this is an end to one of the most memorable years I've had here, and the road left for me to travel is the last part of my journey here in school. Thank you so much for hearing. I hope the coming year is more generous to all of us and it brings to us more of everything good. Have a nice day and all the best.
Well, moving on with the ceremony. We now have a musical performance by two 12th graders, and they have forbidden me for saying this, but I'll say it anyway. This may just be their last Jaipurian music performance.
जाके भी
we have the academic achievers for classes 6 to 9. Class 6A, Prakriti Srivastav secures the 3rd position, Pulkit Pathak secures the 2nd position, and Avi Gupta secures the 1st position. A huge round of applause for all of them. They have worked tirelessly throughout the entire year to be acknowledged as achievers. So please acknowledge their efforts by the means of your claps. Class 6D, Palak Tripathi holds the 3rd position, Ekansh Singh secures the 2nd position, and Shrishti Srivastav secures the 1st position. Class 6C, Prashansa Jain secures the 3rd position, Samriddhi Yadav holds the 2nd position, and Mahira Naeem secures the 1st position. Class 6D, Vibhu Kumar holds the 3rd position, Kashvi Ratna secures the 2nd position, and Anushka Srivastav secures the 1st position. Class 6E, Aman Bhargav, 3rd position, Adrika Agarwal, 2nd position, and Adya Tandon, 1st position. Class 6F, Zoya Khan, 3rd position, Saransh Mishra, 2nd position, and Tanishka Singh secures the 1st position. Class 6G, Akshat Suryavanshi holds the 3rd position, Aditya Raj secures the 2nd position, and Om Saxena secures the 1st position. Moving on to class 7A, Raina Raj, the 3rd position, Aditya Dev Sinha, the 2nd position, and Aryan Singh, the 1st position. Class 7B, Artika Gupta, the 3rd position, Divit Pandey, the 2nd position, and Garima, the 1st position. Class 7C, Nitya Mehrotra, the 3rd position, Suhani Bansal, the 2nd position, and Shriya Dwivedi, the 1st position. Class 7D, Tashbeeb Zafar, holds the 3rd position, Yuvakshi Rastogi holds the 2nd position, and Sanvi Arya secures the 1st position. Class 7E, Gaurav Srivastav, the 3rd position, Aditya Mishra, the 2nd position, and Amisha Williams, the 1st position. Class 7F, Aryan Vats, the 3rd position, Shreya Rastogi, the 2nd position, and Vedant Agarwal, the 1st position. Class 7G, Shashwat Gupta, the 3rd position, Priyamvada Singh, the 2nd position, and Aprajita, the 1st position. Moving on to class 8A, Shubhra Gupta, the 3rd position, Aditya Tiwari, the 2nd position, and Suryansh Rastogi, the 1st position. Class 8B, Pulkit Singh, the 3rd position, Divya Srivastav, the 2nd position, and Swarnim Rastogi, the 1st position. Class 8C, Nachiketa Narayan, the 3rd position, Shriyansh Yadav, the 2nd position, and Vanshika Agarwal, the 1st position. Class 8D, Sarvati Srivastav, the 3rd position, Anusha Singh, the 2nd position, and Aditya Srivastav, the 1st position. Class 8E, Samiksha Shukla, the 3rd position, Aditya Kasaudan, the 2nd position, and Jayesh Khare, the 1st position. Class 8F, Shreya Singh, the 3rd position, Shashwat Agrawal, the 2nd position, and Bushra Mashood, the 1st position. Class 8G, Shrashti Rathore, the 3rd position, Aditi Bansal, the 2nd position, and Kavya Chaudhary, the 1st position. Moving on to class 9. Here we have the top 15 students. 15th, Shreya Singhal. 14th, Aparna Tripathi. 13th, Sushmita Jain. 12th, Pranav Gupta. 11th, Medha Srivastav. 10th, Krishna Agarwal. 9th, Aditi Niranjan. 8th, Harshvardhan Singh. 7th, Manas Sainath. 6th, Aryan Charya. 5th, Saurabh Verma. 4th, Sanya Bhargav. Third is Juhi Mehra, second is Abhinav Srivastav, and first is Krishna Agarwal. Moving on to class 11th, again the top 15. The 15th is Adya Gupta, 14th is Victory Yashashvi, 13th is Anushka Paliwal, 12th is Prabhat Verma, 11th is Aditi Chaudhary, 10th is Alankriti Narayan, 9th is Jivesh Saxena, 8th is Yash Verma, 7th is Anupama Shankar, 6th is Ishika Singh, 5th is Samar Dwivedi, 4th Akshay Rastogi, 3rd Ayushi Agarwal, 2nd is Yusra Basit, and 1st is Anandita Rajneesh.
Congratulations to all the winners. Your prizes will be distributed this Founders Day. And now for a set of announcements. I believe there is a session at 10:30 with ma'am and it's about to start. So any students of class 6th participating in the session, can you please show of hands quickly? Alright, if you are, could you please get up and move to the Hall of Fame right here inside? Thank you so much. Class 7th, anyone participating? When I say show of hands, your hands should go so up that it gets dislocated. Yes, all three of you. Thank you. Class 8th, anyone participating in the 10:30 session? Show of hands, no one? Calling once, calling twice. Alright. Class 9th, anyone participating? Going once, going twice, going thrice, it's gone. Class 10th, anyone participating? No one's participating. Class 11th and class 12th. Alright then, we'll be continuing. Thank you so much.
When you were about to move out of class 12, you have a lot of things that you want your juniors to know about. Sometimes you feel that you let experience guide them. Some things there are that are better left unsaid. However, for the things that ought to be said and shared, may I please invite Karanjit Talwar, Adya Jain and Aishwarya Agarwal of class 12 to share with us their wisdom of the years.
Hello everyone and a very good morning to all. For most of us present here, today the last assembly merely indicates the end of an academic year. The exams have ended and most of us have done better than we thought. I do not know how you say goodbye to whom and what you love. I do not know a painless way to do it. And I do not know the words to capture a heart so full and a longing so intense. It is a source of immense joy for me and some of my batchmates that I have been a student of this school for 14 years. But unlike Lord Rama, our exile is just beginning. Most of the people would thank the school for the all-round education it has given them, or the confidence it has instilled in them, or maybe the teamwork that it has exposed them to. But I would not like to thank the school for all these things only. I would like to thank the school for something very special. That is the struggle I have faced during this school. This struggle is what has made my existence worth. This school gave me a lot of opportunities to experiment with, and without any dire consequences on the plane of life. Next, I would like to thank my teachers who have done a lot for me. They have helped me in a lot of areas like my personality development, or they have helped me in recognizing my interest from the grassroots level. They have guided me towards a better future, and they have also allowed me to develop my interests. At this juncture, I would like to specially thank my base teachers who made me interested in the STEM fields. Next, I would like to go on to my friends. May it be friends in the bus or my regular class fellows. I love you all. But a special thanks goes to my base friends. Even though we were going through a very tough time, we faced a lot of difficult situations. Still, 11th and 12th were the happiest years of my life. I would never forget the fun and banter that we had together. जैसे कि लंच बॉक्स चुराना, बर्थडे मनाना, पेस एंथम बजाना, लैब में लेट पहुंचना, बंक मार के जेई की पढ़ाई करना. Nextly, I would like to thank our dear principal, Mrs. Pramini Chopra, who basically helped us when due to unforeseen reasons, PACE was terminated. And I am representing the entire PACE section in this regard. I am hopeful for us who are passing out that will go on and do wonderful things and achieve, accomplish, and perhaps even change the face of the world. I just want to thank all of you for being a part of this wonderful journey. For those who came behind and would carry the torch with pride, and we who go out in the world shall carry a spark with us.
Okay, so the reason I'm standing here and I'm not scared of giving a speech on a mic is because of this institution. Honestly, when I came here 2 years back, I had no idea that I'd be going to live a dream for these 2 years. I still remember the time 2 years back when I entered this institution. I was an underconfident and introvert person with absolutely no passions. These 2 years in the school helped me to grow, helped me to be confident, and helped me find my passion. I still remember the first time there was a book forum, and that was the very first time I gathered courage and I stood up to answer a question among the crowd. And that was the beginning of a journey itself. I just want to thank all my teachers. I just want to thank all my teachers for the immense support, especially Pandey sir, Vidyarthi sir, Pramini ma'am, Rashmi ma'am, for always guiding us. And at that time, we used to feel that okay, why they are so strict, they should be lenient, I hate them, etc. But now what I feel is, okay, what they did was for a reason, and I just love the lessons they taught us, and this is because of the lessons they taught us that the person I am today. My special thanks to Shamama ma'am for always being on my side and supporting me, encouraging me. You are indeed a best friend, ma'am, a teacher, a guide, all in one, who have constantly supported me throughout. And class 12C, indeed, it was, it will, and it remained one of the best classes ever. Thank you so much, guys, for telling me that I don't need to change myself to fit in for anyone. Honestly, when I used to wonder that in the beginning I was so stupid, and then also these people never judged me, never judged me even once. And thank you so much, guys, for that. I can't thank you enough for your support. And finally, last but not the least, now sir.
Don't take any pictures. No time. Thank all your teachers.
Now sir, you guys are very closest to me. You guys, thank you so much for tolerating my tantrums, tolerating my nonsense talks, tolerating my mood swings. Thank you so much for everything. And I just want to say how lucky I am to have something that makes say goodbye so hard. And last, I just want to say I am a proud Jaipurian. Thank you so much.
Hello, good morning everyone. Okay, so I am not going to speak in English, please. Okay. So कहने को यहाँ आए सिर्फ कुछ ही साल हुए हैं, पर ऐसा लगता है आप सबसे रिश्ता कितना पुराना है, लाइफ कितनी बेयरेबल है यहाँ पे. Obviously, if we don't take into account the homeworks and the projects, and thanks to all the फालतू की rivalries, वो crushes, वो 2 दिन वाले सच्चे प्यार, and the best of friends, So हम भूल नहीं सकते वो क्लास 9th और 10th में रिजवान मैम के पीरियड्स जब हम वर्कबुक्स नहीं लाते थे और दूसरी क्लासेस में जाते थे दौड़ के वर्कबुक्स लेने, लेकिन फिर भी डांट खाते थे क्योंकि वो वर्कबुक्स भी इनकम्प्लीट होती थी. हम पांडे सर का नाम सुन के डरते थे बिकॉज हमने कुछ नहीं भी किया होता था और कोई हमसे आके बोले कि पांडे सर ने बुलाया है तो खुद पे शक होने लगता था कि ऐसा क्या कर दिया पूरे हफ्ते में. एंड वो न्यू बिल्डिंग की जो टेरेस पे जाने वाली सीढ़ी थी, वहां बैठ के जो हमने सुख दुख बांटे ना एक दूसरे से, लेकिन पकड़े जाते थे. अपने आप को बहुत शातिर समझते थे लेकिन फिर भी पकड़े जाते थे. and I have been preparing for this speech since last 1 year, but आज मैं बोल नहीं पा रही हूँ. I'm so like I can't say anything. I would like to end this by saying 2 lines and obviously singing 2 lines which I've written on my own. Okay, so अर्ज किया है, बीते हुए लम्हों की कसक साथ तो होगी, बीते हुए लम्हों की कसक साथ ना होगी, ख्वाबों में ही हो मगर मुलाकात तो होगी. शुक्रिया. And for this song, I would like to dedicate this song to all my friends, and I would like you all to dedicate it to your friends too. So this is my version of Channa Mereya. Okay. तेरी ही यारी, तेरी मोहब्बत मेरा गुरूर है, मेरा गुरूर है. तुझसे जुड़े तो हर एक पल में कितना सुकून है, कितना सुकून है. हर मर्तबा रब से मांगा मेरे यार को सबसे ऊंचा नाम देना. चन्ना मेरे आ, चन्ना मेरे आ, चन्ना मेरे आ बेलिया ओ पिया. Thank you. And at the end, I would like to thank all my teachers, not specifically anyone, but all of you present here, because you all have been a great part of my journey. Thank you so much.
Next part of the ceremony, there are a few 12th graders, ex-12th graders from our batch who encapsulate everything that Jaipuria stands for. The devotion to learning, the love of education, and the go-getting attitude. So today we celebrate those people, those 2 individuals, and even though I don't believe they're here today, please give them a huge round of applause. Those people are Vaibhav Srivastav and Achal Gupta. Can I please have a huge round of applause for them? And now to everyone's favorite part of the last assembly, the house medals, the house trophies. Everyone prepared? Everyone thinking their house will win?
Call it out, sir.
You know what that means? It means that you have to cheer as loud as possible. It won't change the points, but it will make you feel better. So can I please have on stage Vidyarthi sir, Principal ma'am, Pandey sir, to give away the prizes, ma'am. For me to be dramatic, I need a little bit of silence.
Arshi, just
Vidyarthi sir and
Vidyarthi.
We shall continue with this dramatic silence because Vidyarthi sir isn't here yet.
And Pandey.
And Pandey sir isn't here yet either. And please don't make them walk in silence. Cheer now.
They go first, man.
Alright. And now we shall be beginning with badminton. In 4th place is the House of Harmony. In 3rd place is the House of Wisdom. On 2nd place is the House of Strength. And at 1st place is the House of Perfection. And now the next category, hockey. Let's try not to get it wrong this time. It's the House of Harmony. The second runners-up at 3rd position is the House of Strength. In 2nd position is the House of Perfection, and the hockey champions for this academic session, the House of Wisdom. And 1st position is the House of Perfection. In cricket we have a 3-way tie. Yes, I'm not kidding. We have a 3-way tie between the House of Wisdom, the House of Strength, and the House of Harmony. So leading the charge is the House of Perfection. Alright, basketball. In 4th position, the House of Perfection. The 2nd position is being shared by the House of Wisdom and the House of Harmony. which means that the first position, basketball, goes to the House of Strength.
We want the House of Strength cheering for all of them. You have won.
Next up we have table tennis. In fourth position, the House